Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, one of the most technically ambitious dive watch launches of 2025, we have the Tudor Pelagos Ultra 1000. Now, this is an often misunderstood watch, and I'll explain why that is in a moment and hopefully alleviate any confusion. But let's start with the basics. The watch is made of primarily grade 2 titanium with a ceramic bezel insert, a sapphire crystal, and oddly, a grade 5 titanium caseback. It's fairly large at 43 millimeters in diameter. It's 14.5 millimeters thick. It's 51.7 from lug tip to lug tip, and there is a 22 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. Although it's big, it's not massive. I put it on my scale, it's about 129 grams. So we'll throw this on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. And you can see it wears nicely, though we're approaching the limits of what's possible here. Taking a look in profile, it's not super thick, but nor is it super thin. The overlap of the bezel beyond the case could cause a tight dress shirt to get hung up, but probably not a jacket, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you look down the barrel, I have a little bit of clearance, and it is a very light watch for its size. So I'm going to recommend this for a wrist of 15 centimeters circumference or larger. My wrist, again, for reference, is 16. Taking a look at the bracelet now. I like that this is a little bit more honest about how it's built and the fact that it is of modern construction than the imitation rivet bracelets on the black base. So we've got this conforming end link to mate it to the case. We've got a little bit of a link taper down towards the clasp. You can see we have removable links here fixed by screws on both sides. But then there's a little bit more. We have a 25 millimeter fold-out dive extension. And then you can see we've also got a coil spring extension system that allows the system to conform to your wrist as the pressure of the water in which you dive changes the diameter and circumference of your wrist. So this will actually expand and contract with your wrist. What you can also see is that there are some marks that include detents, and you actually have 3 different positions where you can place the teal indicator. So there are 3 different ways to do it. You can mark it and lock it into one of the detents. You can set it to be free floating, or you can pull out the dive extension, which even explains to you exactly how you should reassemble it. Now, what's nice here is you've got probably a total of 41 millimeters of total adjustability between this system and the fold-out, so you can use it for fine-tuning adjustability and sizing, or you can use it as a full fold-out over a dive suit, a thick winter coat, or sweater. Now, note the use of ceramic pin snaps inside the fold-out extension here. I actually love to see stuff like that because you could tell that Tudor did its homework and spent money. You could find them here as well to prevent the clamshell from wearing down the tolerances of the lock. So this is here to make sure that the tolerances of the dive extension remain tight with time. And then the way you do this, I'll show you how this works. Just like that. So you can see those pin snaps will make sure this system never becomes ropey and loose. And then these inside will prevent the swing arm action from ever becoming ropey and loose, and this will prevent the clamshell from ever becoming ropey and loose. The idea is that because the ceramic can't be worn down by the titanium, it will always maintain its tightness. Tudor shield on the clamshell lock. Let's open this up once more. Okay, I mentioned that this watch is often misunderstood, and here's why. Many people understand this watch comes with an accessory strap, and many also understand that it comes with roughly 1.5 accessory straps. And those who have followed the release of this watch are often confused about why you have 1.5 straps, and I'll explain that now. So it's a little bit like building a stretch limousine. You start with the 2 original halves, and you add a center section. So here's the end where it joins the case, here's the end where it joins the case, and then we've got this center section, which includes a little bellows system for flexibility and extension if necessary. But then we've also got a separate buckle. So we've effectively got a set of apertures, a bellows, and then another buckle in titanium. So we have 1.5 straps. And the idea is that if you have a truly colossal dive suit, like some sort of dry, internally pressurized dive suit, you could use this on the watch and put it over that suit. And that's why there is that extra half a strap included in the boxed set. Now let's talk a little bit about this grade 5 titanium case back. I can't quite understand why it's there. Now granted, grade 5 is generally what's used for medical implants, but I can't imagine that they're seriously worried about some sort of allergic reaction here. I couldn't tell you why the hardest and most resilient piece of titanium on this watch is on the back where it's least likely to be hit, but that's where it is. Now, gas escape valve. Saturation divers, the few of you out there, you know what this is. This is for that one big decompression where you come up to the surface. You need to get those gases out of your blood, but you also need to get helium gas out of your watch because it can intrude during the dives. So when the internal pressure exceeds external by 2 to 3 bar, this will open automatically, relieving the pressure, preserving your case seals, and avoiding the ejection of the sapphire. So that's why that's there. Screw down crown with a Tudor shield. You can see that we've got a remarkably faithful conversion of meters to feet. The Swiss rarely do that, but Tudor is striving for accuracy here. After all, every little bit counts when we're talking about life-saving machinery. You can see two of the features of the movement are hacking seconds and then a true instantaneous jumping date. We've also got a quick set mechanism, so you can rapidly cycle the date. We have a little teal Pelagos logo, just as we have the little teal marker of the adjustment on the reverse side. Seems to be the signature color of this watch. The movement itself is based on the old Tudor Kinesi in-house MT5600 series, but it is now a master chronometer. See what it says on the dial? Master chronometer. Yes, the same type of master chronometer that you get on Omegas. METAS, the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology, has established this standard. It is not an Omega in-house measure. It is something anyone can achieve if their watch meets the standards. So what we have here is bidirectional automatic winding on the caliber MT5612U, 65 hours of power reserve, a 4 hertz beat rate, 27 joules, instantaneous jumping date, quick set date, stop seconds, a full balance bridge, and a free sprung balance for shock resistance. We have a anti-magnetic silicon hairspring, and we have a movement that does meet the COSC standards, but then exceeds them. It's cased up after meeting those standards, and then it's tested as a fully assembled watch. Master chronometer entails a accuracy standard of no worse than -0 + 5. Remember, COSC for just the movement is -4 + 6. This is -0 + 5, so it can't lose any time. And it's a test of winding efficiency, of power reserve, of durability, water resistance of the watch as a whole, and of course, anti-magnetism, to the same greater than 15,000 Gauss or 1.5 Tesla as Omega Master chronometers. So this watch is just as tough as those. The only real changes, other than the higher standard of accuracy and the durability testing, you're going to notice it's 65 hours instead of the previous 70. Something about getting the METAS certification entailed derating the movement. I don't believe it tells any less time in terms of duration. I believe 65 is the chronometric power reserve, and it will still run for 70, so just keep that in mind. Other things to note here, well, we've got an awful lot of dive features, the first of which is this 60-click unidirectional rotating ceramic capped bezel. It's got a really loud ratchet, which I deeply appreciate. And it is 60-click. Now, turning the lights out, you can see a few of the features that distinguish the Ultra, namely larger hands and larger indices for better legibility. You can also see that the minute hand and the bezel pearl are green, so you can quickly distinguish the two most important timing references at a glance. We've got all 15 of the first minutes of your dive, and then we've got 5-minute marks thereafter, so it's a fully calibrated, fully loomed bezel, more useful for diving and for timing, no matter what you are clocking. You can see that we've got a snowflake-style handset, a little homage to the Tudor Submariners late 60s through mid-70s and how their dial hands appeared. You can also see we have a running seconds hand with a luminescent index. That's important. Not every dive watch has a luminescent seconds hand. I think that is a safety feature you need if you're diving in low light conditions. You can also see on the dial that, like the rest of the watch, it's matte, it's muted, it's anti-glare, and there's very little camber to the sapphire. So the idea here, I think, is minimal glare. You can see off-axis, it is quite thick. better to achieve 1,000 meters. Also, the dial construction is a bit different from a standard Pelagos. We don't have the indices inserted into serrations in the chaptering, though there is still a step chaptering outboard. You'll also appreciate that if you look closely, these are not printed features. These are actually applique solid blocks of loom, so something to think about. It's a little bit of an upscale look that reminds you, though it's a vaguely vintage-inspired dial, nevertheless, it is of modern construction and quality. So that is the Tudor Pelagos Ultra. One last quick note. If you look on the underside of the strap, you can see that we have a little motif or monogram designed after the snowflake-style hands. Every detail matters. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.